My mic has been muted for the start of the stream. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unintelligible podcast. Um, so, this is a stream that I will deem a little controversial. I enjoy talking about topics, and I have my chat up, so if anyone has a topic that they want me to talk about, I will gladly talk about it. But what I want to say is I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube. Some of them you would say are alt right. I mean, I feel like I'm more libertarian in this thought that I believe that guns should not be banned. I believe that recreational use of marijuana should be allowed. Um, Mostly because I feel like that is just it's just another. It's like alcohol. People should be able to do or use stuff like that as long as they're being responsible, just like when somebody drinks. Um, I think that everybody has a right to their own opinion. It is literally the First Amendment, the right to free speech, freedom of press, and I feel like a lot of that is being infringed on, especially in like other areas. There's a lot of people who are being manipulated, I'd say, into thinking certain ways. And when I say that, I say, you know, let's say, and it is very environmental. It's very how you grew up and everything. So let's say you grew up in a home, single mother home, deadbeat dad, right? Or not. You're just your parents separated, and that's something that happens a lot in today's society, and I think that's terrible. I think that people should be more cautious about who they're having children with. I think that it's a very sensitive topic though, because people are just like, well, who are you to say who I can and cannot be with, blah blah blah. And I'm not saying don't be with this person, but I wouldn't be jumping the gun to be having children with them or trying to marry them right away. We got to take a step back and take ownership for some of our actions. So, this is going to be mostly for the men here. If you are a man, you should be respecting your body. You should respect the person you're with's body. You should be respecting how they feel, and you should be respecting how you feel. And if you have any mental health issues, seek a counselor. It is nice. It is actually very, very nice. I go to a counselor, does not make you less of a man. It really does not. It makes you more of a man to go and admit that you have a problem. And it doesn't mean that you have a big, serious problem. It just means that I need to take care of myself and I want to be better. And so if you really truly want to make a difference and be better in your life, you have to take those steps forward to be better. The gym is not going to be the only thing that's going to make you better. It may make you look better, it may make you look happier with your uh with your self-image, but your self-image isn't everything. It is also a mental thing too. uh, your outer appearance is not going to fix your inner traumas. And I feel like a lot of people in the trans community need to know that too. Gender dysphoria, I believe, is something that could actually happen with people, but I don't think that it is at a scale in which people keep saying it is. I think that because you want to be perceived as something doesn't mean that everybody else around you has to see that, especially if they grew up knowing you as as somebody else. You're not going to get what you want all the time, and that is something I've learned in life. You don't always get what you want, and you know that's a very famous line to a song. You don't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you get what you need. And what people need to do is they need to try and be okay with themselves first before they can experience or express to other people how they want to feel. And I think that everybody should seek some sort of counseling. I'm in a generation between the millennials and the alphas, and I think a lot of Gen Alpha needs to seek therapy. They have so many problems that could be resolved if they go and talk to a counselor or a therapist, and maybe they might need to get some medications. The antidepressants aren't helping. And I know that they don't help everyone. Sometimes they will help people, but antidepressants, I feel, are just another poison. And people will be like, well, you're just a conspiracy theorist. No, I legitimately think that some medications actually help people and some do not. And I do not think that in today's society that we are reaching a point where antidepressants are actually helping people. And I would like to express to you all that you guys are loved by somebody else, whether it's a friend, family member, or you need. But like, where I'm getting at this is a lot of this image stuff. You're like, you gotta go with my self image, and that is for everyone, not just the trans community. That is people who are just day to day, normal white, black, Asian, Native American people in those communities. They are always looking for validation. Every community. And I feel like the validation needs to come from themselves, especially since I have had to validate myself. And once you are able to validate yourself, you are opening up a door for yourself to be loved by others. And other people who want to be around you will be around you. You might want other people to be around you, or you might want to feel safe, and that is a given right to people, that they should feel safe, but you are in charge of making sure that you are safe. And that's why, like I said, I am a firm believer that gun control is unconstitutional, and I think that more people should learn how to use a gun for protection. You want to defund the police? Well, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to own a gun. You're going to have to know how to use one. You are going to have to protect yourself. That is how the world works, unfortunately. People are dangerous. You ban guns, criminals will still get guns. There is a black market for a reason. If you think about the dark web, there are people on there that are selling things that are illegal in areas, and yet they still are managing to get it to those places that are illegal. So just think about it. There will be guns in America if we completely ban them. I'm pretty sure there are still guns in the in places that have gun bans. But the more likely that people are willing to give up their guns, the more power they are giving to a government that does not care about them. The government does not care about you. They want your votes, and that's what they are going after. When you want gun control, they're like, okay, we'll give you gun control because we want that control, actually. We want to be able to take all the control. We want you to be helpless. We want to make sure we can take your money. We want to make sure that we can tax you out the ass and you can't do nothing about it. And I do not agree with that. I feel like people should be able to defend themselves. They should be able to defend their homes without being chastised or told that they're the villain in the story. People who own guns, I absolutely respect everybody who is willing to own a gun, whether you're on the far right or on the far left. I feel like people on those ends of the spectrum, though, are probably the most dangerous to have guns. People in the middle, like me, I'm a libertarian, of course. I said I want people who think before they act. So, are you going to just fire a gun because you feel in danger? Then you don't need a gun. Are you going to go and hurt somebody with that gun? You do not need a gun. But if you just want a gun, maybe you have it up on the mantle as a decoration, or maybe you have, a sidearm in your side table because you want to be able to defend yourself if somebody breaks in. I respect you for having a way to defend yourself. I feel like everybody should be able to defend themselves. And so I'm going to end off the stream here and give a very good statement here that I want everyone who listens to this podcast and any future podcast that I might send out or make, that I am here to be a safe place. You want to say a comment down below, and I will most likely respond. I only have 23 subscribers, and I want the people who come across this video to understand that I'm not here to hurt anyone, and I respect you, whether you're trans or gay, lesbian, queer, white, black, Asian, Native American. Maybe you're from a different country and you come across this. Doesn't matter. I want you to feel as if you are welcome, and I want you to know that this is going to be a place where I will be talking about issues that you guys can put in the comments. Maybe you want to know my opinion. Maybe some people want to debate in my comments with me. That's completely fine. I will completely tell you what I think, what I feel. And what I feel is my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion, just as much as you are entitled to yours. And I will never, ever disrespect somebody for their opinion. I have utmost respect for other people around me and that want to be a part of my community. And so with that, I say thank you for joining the podcast. Thank you for listening. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope that you find comfort here in my podcast. And that's all I have for today. So thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the Unintelligible podcast. And if you missed a stream of the podcast and you're just watching the video, of course, I will have more. And I will come up with a streaming schedule that works for me. I do work. I do have a life outside of what I'm doing. That's why I don't post very much on my channel. But I hope to post more. And I hope that this place will become a safe place for many. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining the Unintelligible podcast. Have a great afternoon.